Hello and welcome to session 1 of this remarkable course, How to Play Your Very Best Game in Life. From the fact that you're here, I can only assume that you feel a deep desire to do something more with your life, to get out of stuck, to step up and begin to raise your level of achievement and satisfaction in life. Well, this course is designed to help you to tap into your greatest capabilities, presenting you with powerful insights and practical applications that will change the way you look at yourself, the way you feel about yourself, and what you're truly capable of doing. And this would be the case whatever your current situation in life might be. In this course, you're going to find hours of video content, exercises, audios, cheat sheets, assignments, and worksheets that are all designed to help not only educate you, helping you to grow in awareness and understanding, but also to activate you, helping you to take real action that gets you real results. We all have a life story. It may have been awful. It may have been wonderful. But wherever you've come from, I truly believe that there is a better path ahead of you if you change your perspective now and make new, empowering decisions about who you choose to be in the world from this day forward. Don't waste a minute of life now looking back at what has been. Don't waste a minute stuck where you are. Start this new journey this very moment by committing to just one thing. And that's to commit to seeing where this could take you. That's not a big first step, but it's an important one. We will explore ways to completely redefine your story and set you on a new course. It's a pathway that will be a much more fulfilling life because it's more you. Well, you are a unique cocktail of gifts and capabilities that no one else on the planet can replicate. You are unique, you're fascinating, you are immeasurably valuable, and you have the opportunity now to step up to deliver something that the world cannot live without. So I have to ask, and let's get real about this now. Are you unhappy where you are? Are you happy where you are? Are you completely content, a little bit content, or totally discontent with what's going on right now? You know, I'm not trying to lay this on thick, but I'm just aware that if you don't really acknowledge the truth of where you are right now, how you feel right now, you will not take the required action to move forward. And sometimes it's best to admit, I am tired of being stuck. In fact, sometimes to be totally honest and say, this sucks. This really is not what I want my life to be about. Do you feel that you could do more, achieve more, be more? Well, I'm not saying that life needs to be perfect in every way for you to feel content. That sort of perfection is a pipe dream. We have to live with imperfections to a point. That is true. But part of the equation of happiness is to have a sense of progress. People who feel happy about life always have a sense of ongoing progress. It is part of the ingredients necessary for happiness. But are you there? Or are you feeling generally unfulfilled in life at the moment? That's a real, honest, open question. Do you know how to change things if that's the case? Or do you have no clue about how to go about changing things? These are crucial things that you need to get to grips with, and this is what this course is going to help you with, because it is true, all that can change. So look, the purpose of Course 101 is manyfold, but these are some of the key things. This course is here to reveal a whole new world of possibility by exploring powerful hidden assets that you possess deep inside, even if you hadn't realized it. A second purpose is to introduce you to the idea of archetypes and to discover exactly how these characters can help you to step up and conquer any challenge that you might face. They are absolutely key. Another purpose is to guide you through a very simple but a massively empowering profiling exercise that will show you exactly where you need to put your focus. And finally, the last purpose is to help you to address the character issues that are key to your success, rather than upon somebody else's idea of the 7 steps you should take towards your successful mega life. If you're like me, you know those step-by-step programs are somewhat deficient because they don't address character issues. They don't address who you really are, who the person is who's trying to take those steps. Okay. I'm easing off. So if we're to look at some of the benefits and results that you can expect, this course will ultimately help you to play to your strengths, to grow in confidence, to accelerate your progress in life, to prepare you for promotion if that's what you want, to improve personal relationships, to communicate more effectively, and boy isn't that important in life, to take direct action if that's something you've been struggling with, to gain a deeper sense of a peace of mind about yourself and about the life that you have, to understand other people better. That's so important, isn't it? To get onto their wavelength and to be able to speak their language, to increase your own influence both professionally and socially, to obliterate procrastination if that's an issue for you, and to achieve more by becoming more. Your personal story can now start to unfold in a much more powerful and positive way. So here's the course content. Session 1. Is it time to step up? That's the most important thing because that's what this course is about. If that's not for you, move on rapidly. Session 2. Changing your story. We can change our stories. We don't have to be stuck with the old story. This session will show you some remarkable new ways of thinking that will open up new pathways of possibility. Session 3, we're going to introduce this whole concept of archetypes. Session 4, how do you profile those archetypes to get a clear picture of who you really are? And finally, Session 5 is playing your best game. How do you take all of these learnings and set your course in life in the direction that you want it to go, playing to your strengths, overcoming your weaknesses, working with other people far more effectively, and achieving the things that you truly desire. Yeah, okay, but who am I? Your course tutor. I'm the creator of Team Me, an internationally recognized approach to personal development that is focused upon building character that produces tangible results. I'm known in this world simply as Pad. I'm an author, I'm a speaker, and a success coach. That's me. But what have other people had to say about me and what it is that I do? Well, here's a few quotes from some people you may have come across. Brian Tracy, CEO and international author of over 80 business books now. He said of the book Team Me that he came across a few years ago, "This is a wonderful book that shows you how to unlock your full potential for success and achievement." Then there's Marcia Reynolds. She was the former chair of the International Coach Federation. She's an international author, remarkable teacher and trainer at the highest of levels in organizations. When I worked with her a few years ago, she said, "I had the privilege to work with Pad at the London ICF conference. His work is brilliant. Pad's use of archetypes in Team Me is both simple and profound. The book gives people access to their higher potential." And then Floyd Woodrow, a highly decorated former major in the British SAS, said, "Team Me provides a unique gateway to the understanding of different patterns of personality that we all display. This simple but effective method will give you a significant edge in your personal and professional performance." And finally, Mr. Universe, Tai OG, said, "I absolutely recommend Team Me because whether you're a student, a CEO, or a Mr. Universe, this material gives you a powerful way to systematically develop character traits that are essential to your success." And so I can honestly say it's time to discover an ancient wisdom that can transform your life from the inside out. This isn't new. We're delving back to something which has been known down the centuries, almost down the millennia, in fact. It's not something spiritual. You don't have to go into spiritual things in order to access this. It is, if you're human and you've got a mind, you will get this stuff. So look, let's look at the need to step up. This approach is nothing new. It's been around for thousands of years. Deep inside, you actually know this stuff already. As soon as I start talking about it, you'll go, oh yeah, I know that. That makes sense. But I don't think you have truly realized its true potential and power. And that's what we're going to be unpacking. Because this true power, this capability, does have the ability to change the way you do life completely. And it'll open amazing new doors for you. And let's re-emphasize this, because if you're human, you'll get this whole concept of archetypes. It works for everybody, whatever your race, whatever your color, whatever your language and creed, your class, your level of society, your place on this planet physically, whatever country you are in, whatever nation you're a part of. And this would have been the case whatever moment of history we might pinpoint. It relies upon an easily recognizable pattern of human behavior. So whatever tribe you belong to, the characters that we all play in life, well, they fall into specific categories or types. And types do things in typical ways. That's where the word comes from. So let's delve a little bit into this word type and say, well, what does that mean? Are we talking about typewriters? Well, in a way we are, because typeface, unlike handwriting, gives us exactly the same form every single time we place a letter on the page. It's the type, it's the same form. And if an actor is forever typecast, then the characters that they play, well, they never seem to change. It's always the same type of character, doing the same sort of thing. And we recognize that when somebody is forever being typecast. And then let's look at some other type words. Well, there are prototypes, aren't they? A prototype is the first of a new breed, isn't it? The first of their kind. And once that's perfected, every other model will look the same. It'll function the same as the prototype, the first type of a certain kind. And then we've got stereotypes. Do you know what a stereotype is? Well, these are a bit more specific to individual cultures, but they are people who display very predictable qualities. So you can talk about stereotypical accountants or fitness freaks or geeks or New York cabbies or American detectives or army generals or librarians or surfers or drug addicts. You can get quite specific with these things, but they are sort of subsets of society, and they provide us with expected appearances and behaviors in dress, in their attitude, in their manner, and in their language. Those are stereotypes. But then there are archetypes. And archetypes are universal characters. They exist in the minds of every individual on the planet, and they operate across every race, every culture, every creed, and every time frame in history. So archetypes act as the bedrock of character and the drivers behind every thought and action that we take. Every thought we have, every action we take. They are absolutely key, and they are foundational to who we see ourselves to be as human beings. So, who are these archetypes, and how can they help you? Well, each character has a very different way of looking at things. They have different skills and different abilities, and these are absolutely key to understand. So think about it. Some situations that you're in might need a leader to take things forward. Some of them will need a soldier to make things happen, to forcefully push things through, to add their weight, to push their weight around, whatever, to somebody who gets the job done. Some need a negotiator because it's a different kind of situation. And sometimes you actually need a comedian to lighten things up, don't you? Sometimes we need an intelligent expert to deal with a situation. And sometimes we need a magician to wave their magic wand and sort things out miraculously. You can't have just the same person doing the same thing in every situation expecting to get a result solved. We need different people for different situations. We need different horses for different courses. And so the first step that we need to do is to identify which character holds the key for your breakthrough. If you could just bring any one of them up at any time, which one would you need? And when you know what that character is, You've got a choice. You can either find somebody else who's willing to play that part for you and pay them handsomely, or you set yourself up in that role of that character and you build yourself up, you do what is necessary, even if it's not the first way in which you'd normally do it, even if it's not your natural tendency. For that particular time, you step up and you make it happen in that character role that you need to play. So we're not talking about having one big secret weapon hidden away in your garage like a big red Ferrari, ready to burst on the scene and win the day. It's much more like having a Ferrari and a 4x4 and a Beetle and a camper van and a Rolls Royce and an earthworker in your garage, waiting for you just to get in there and start them up. You have available to you a huge range of resources and capabilities, horses for courses, different vehicles for different jobs, so that you can get the job done. It's like having a team inside of you, Team Me. And the thing about these archetypes is that they are the key to your personal power. Every one of us is able to access all of these archetypes at any time. And you can become the person that you need to be in order to overcome your greatest challenges. So this is the need now to step up. It's not a course in magic, but we need to recognize that all meaningful growth demands consistent and concerted effort. The good thing is it's fun and the results are amazing. So how much do you want to step up? And what would happen if you did right now? Only you can choose if you want to grow, to develop, to achieve more, and to become more. So that's the invitation before you today. Which route will you follow this day, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day? Will you put your hand to the plow? Will you take on board the training? Will you become more to achieve more? The course ahead of you will unpack who these archetypal characters are and exactly how they're able to help you to raise your game and deal with the challenges that confront you. If you know that this is your time to raise your game, then take the very next step by moving into session 2 right away and discover how your personal story can be changed forever. I look forward to joining you now on session 2.